Hello and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. Now today we're going to be talking about SSSniperwolf. Yes, a lot of you guys out there have asked us to do a top 10 on her. She's been popping up all over YouTube recently. There's been a lot of discussion about her, and one of the most viewed videos on her is actually right here. That right there, that's Michael McCrudden's before they were famous on her. So if you guys want to know even more about her and her life before she was famous, then check out that video right now and subscribe for more. But right now, we're going to dive into our very own top 10 SSSniperwolf facts you might not know. Coming in number 10, she was born October 22nd, 1992 in England and is of Turkish and Greek descent. Now her real name is Aliyah Shalish, but she now goes by the name Leah Valentine, and of course SSSniperwolf, which if you didn't know already stands for Sexy Sexy Sniper. Yeah, it sounds weird when I say it. She lived in England with her parents and two younger brothers until the age of 6, at which point the family emigrated from their cramped apartment, as she calls it in England, to a large family home in Arizona, USA. 2 years later, her little sister was born, and she is still based in Arizona to this day. Moving on to number 9, she went to college and studied pharmacy and nursing. Now the pharmacy part was actually encouraged or pushed by her mother, but Sniperwolf wanted to study nursing, and so she ended up kind of doing both, even though she knew her heart wasn't really in either of them. I totally feel that. I had a similar thing happen to me, so don't ever feel pressure, guys, to be put into higher education. Anyway, in the end, Sniperwolf dropped out of all of that to work on her own business and her YouTube career, and I think she might have made a good choice. Next up at number 8, she's known for being a gamer on YouTube, but her relationship with gaming actually goes way back to childhood. She's talked very fondly before about playing the likes of Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Kingdom of Hearts, Digimon, Pokemon, Xenosaga and Contra, but holds up the first game she ever played as one of her all-time favorites, Metal Gear Solid. And she actually got her online name from Sniperwolf, who was a character from that game. At the number 7 spot now, when it comes to online gaming, Sniperwolf started out playing RuneScape. Me too. Yeah, just thought I'd throw that out. But it's not about me, so let's go back. At the beginning of high school for her, she would do playthroughs of RuneScape, but with no commentary at all, like she does now. But this all changed in early 2013 though, when she started playing Call of Duty and uploading her gameplay to YouTube. Coming at the number 6 spot, in her second ever video, she talked about attending the upcoming Arizona Comic-Con event, and it was there that she finally met a guy who had seen her COD videos online. They'd been talking for quite a while over their shared love of Metal Gear Solid. In fact, they both turned up to the event wearing costumes from the game and started dating soon after. You might know him as another YouTuber called Evan, or X-Remembrance, or quite simply Sausage. Number 5 now, and would you believe me if I told you Sniperwolf is quite the metalhead, shall we say. Among the many metal bands she does like, her favourites include Cradle of Filth, Avenged Sevenfold and the legendary Rammstein, but she also is a big fan of Lana Del Rey. Yeah, I call that a pretty varied taste in music. You can't really get more opposite than that. Lana Del Rey, Rammstein. Lana Del Rey, Rammstein. I don't know what that was. Sitting at the number 4 spot, Sniperwolf went to a number of different schools growing up in Arizona, including Ironwood High School, Glendale Community College, and Peoria Unified High School. Now, she's never really spoken too fondly of her school days when she was younger. She said she never really had any true friends until later on. When she was younger, the girls didn't like the same things as her, and the guys were kind of nasty to her, a little bit mean. In fact, she sometimes got into fights with the other kids. Now, at times, it was their fault, but Sniperwolf also admits that her childhood anger issues might have been partially to blame. Moving on to number 3, she owns her own clothing business. When she was in the 7th grade, Sniperwolf played a lot of Gaia Online and realised she had quite a talent for buying items for cheap and selling them on for much more, making her very rich in the game. Naturally, she began to apply this to the real world. At first she bought and sold toys and then moved into clothes, and this eventually led to her own business. Sniperwolf has said that if she wasn't a YouTuber, she would probably do that full-time and end up being a full-time fashion designer. Next up at number 2, she said that when she was about 17 or 18, her dad quit his job because he apparently didn't want to work anymore. Sniperwolf said this left her as the only money earner in a family of 6. She said that eventually her parents got jobs again, but for a little while there, most of the money she made went straight to family bills. And finally, at number 1, before dating Sausage, Sniperwolf never really had a boyfriend growing up. Throughout the whole of high school and middle school, girl and said she was always rejected by guys. Always. But here's where it gets good. She did talk about one very strange exception though, where she had a boyfriend for just a few hours. Yeah, he asked her out and then texted her later that day saying, "I don't want to date you, I can't be with you anymore." Okay. The reason for that? Well, apparently he had a thing for fat girls, as she said, and Sniper Wolf just wasn't full-figured enough for him. I don't know. I also don't know why it took him 2 hours to figure that one out. Bit strange. Well guys, that was 10 interesting facts about Sniper Wolf. Now what are your thoughts on her? Do you like her videos? Do you like her content? If you do, or if you don't, let me know why down below. But more importantly, who do you want us to profile next here on Most Amazing Top 10? I will personally be down there in the comment section to find out. My name is Danny Burke. You can find me on Instagram somewhere down there, and I'll see all you guys in the next one.